Hello, my friends. It's Andy over at the Facebook Live TV show, coming to you from Bray, California. It's 2:11, a really odd time to start a Facebook Live, but I was so engrossed into the what was going on with a news report about what's happening when they're going to, when the president's planning on opening the economy back up, and the arguments for and against all that and that kind of stuff. I got all caught up in it because I really wanted to do this at noon, but that thing went on forever between a bunch of other phone calls. But I'm going to be talking about how you can repurpose your Facebook Lives. I think this is a really important discussion, especially for all of those people that have been doing Facebook Lives for a while, or just have begun doing Facebook Lives and are really trying to build an audience and that kind of stuff. And what I've talked about several times, and just in case there's somebody watching this for the very first time, I just want to remind the audience of some things. Some of you, it's going to be old hat. Many of you that have been in this business with me for a long time that may be watching, who are friends of mine, you have heard this hundreds of times. So I just want to talk about a few things really quick, including Nobby. Dude, I'm just going to have breakfast. You know what? It's past lunch. I haven't even had lunch yet. Thank you, Nobby, for telling me this. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this banner up really quick. That's this way it's here. You're gonna want to either write this down, or I'll put it in the comment section. Or if Nobby can put his breakfast down for a second to type in speaktopublish.com, that would be great too. Actually, no, I think I need to do it from here because I'm on a whole bunch of different platforms. So that would not do me any good, only from where he's watching from. So I'm gonna put in here speaktopublish.com. It's an important URL because it's going to lead you to Designer. I'm going to be sharing with you a program. Now, whether you use Designer or not, the information I'm about to give to you is super important. And that is that if you are going to take the time to do a Facebook Live, and if you're just starting, you may not need to do this for the first couple until you really start to get a rhythm down and get your speech patterns down and your show flow down to a point where you really hone down what your show flow is going to be and that kind of stuff. A show flow being essentially an outline of what it is you're going to be talking about on a show. As you can imagine, from time to time, I have no show flow because, like the mystery bag is what I like to call it. It's just where I'm going to be talking to you about a whole bunch of different subject matter, and some of the things I get to, some of the things I don't. That's just one of those shows. It's more of a variety show of different stuff I want to talk about. But in many cases, what you want to do as a new streamer, whether it's Facebook or YouTube or Twitch or Periscope on Twitter, whatever it is you're going to do, really get into a practice of having some type of show flow where you have what you're going to start with, what you're going to talk about next and next and next, and what you want to make sure and finish with. Usually the finish or somewhere in the middle is your call to action, what it is you want people to do based on what it is you're telling them. All right, so you're going to be doing your streaming. Then once you get that down, you're going to want to learn how to repurpose those videos. Now, you can repurpose those videos, of course, by taking snippets of your video. In other words, and you're going to use another tool for that, which I'll talk about maybe tomorrow or the next day. But you can take and edit out certain snippets of 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever, and use those with a header and a footer or something like that, or some type of other graphic, or use some type of filter or whatever to bring some life to it, whatever that may be. And so you're going to use it that way. Another way of repurposing is what I'm going to be talking about today, is having your words transcribed. So when you have a Facebook Live, and then transcribing those words used in your Facebook Live to create a blog post, to create, again, maybe some type of single post with maybe a paragraph taken out of what it is that you talked about, leading to, again, a call to action, or, for more on this particular subject, click here. So it'll say more, and then you'll put a hyperlink on that more, which will lead them somewhere else. And in the end, you can have it lead to where you're going to write a book and publish a book and become a best-selling author based on all of these words being transcribed. And you can begin to pick and choose certain parts of your show, or maybe the whole thing, and turn that into a book, and maybe just an ebook or a white paper, or all the way to a published book, ebook, or printed book, a soft copy cover, or a hard cover. All right. So I'm going to show you a tool right now, and I'm going to show you how it works. The tool is called Designer. You just go to speaktopublish.com, and I'm going to play a video, which I created just a few minutes ago, that shows you it has many uses, right? You can transcribe all kinds of stuff, but I'm going to show you specifically the one thing this tool can do, and that's transcribe a Facebook Live without ever having to download the Facebook Live to your computer or anything. You just take your Facebook Live, you click on it, and it uploads into Designer and transcribes all for you, and then you can turn that into a white paper. It's really, really cool. All right, so I'm going to show you that video in just 1 second. Let me get to a couple of these really quick. Great idea. Thanks. You're welcome. And Kimberly has, hey, Kimberly Young, nice to see you. And so I really think that you are doing yourself a disservice by not having the ability, at least, to repurpose the words used in a Facebook Live for other stuff. As a business owner, an entrepreneur, an author, somebody who wants to be an authority in something, or somebody that's creating shows, you want to have the ability to repurpose something that you took the time to create, so that you now don't have to go, okay, now I want to write a blog about it. So, and then now I want to write down a couple paragraphs that I want to put into a long form Facebook posting, or I want to do, you want to do all this other stuff, but why not take something that you created once and just repurpose in so many ways? Again, repurposing a Facebook Live into little snippet videos, repurposing a Facebook Live, just maybe the image of you like smiling with your, the person that you're interviewing, and you're pointing to them or pointing down at the lower third, or the comment that somebody's making. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to repurpose a still image of your Facebook Live. And then lastly, have it transcribed so you can use the words that you spoke when interviewing somebody, or maybe the person that you're interviewing had some really good stuff to say. So if I was interviewing the leader of Overcome Nation, which is the multi-level marketing company that I'm with called Viseo, our team is called Overcome Nation, and our mentor has a business school, and I've had the great opportunity of interviewing him from time to time. And there's some things that he says that are just like really powerful stuff. And what I could do is take a still image of him speaking, and then underneath it in a long form Facebook posting, or even an Instagram or something like that, I can take some of the words that is transcribed from that Facebook Live and just cut and paste, and I'm done. I don't have to type it out. I don't have to do anything. And so the tool I'm about to show you, a training video that shows you how you can take a Facebook Live, put it into Designer, and what happens, and then what it does after that, will give you a good idea of why you should go to speaktopublish.com and use this program called Designer. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here and start this video. I'll take down the banner so that you can see what it is. And here oh, you know what? Gosh darn it. Hold on. I got to stop sharing my screen for a second. I realized that I didn't do something. I didn't click the button so that you could actually hear it. Here we go. So sorry. I've only done these shows like, I don't know, this might be my 2000th show. Who knows? All right. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and play this video. Here we go. All right, here we go. We're going to jump into this very quickly. We're going to go into Designer. So I'll go ahead and look at my screen here. And I'm going to show you how to import a Facebook Live video directly from Facebook, so that it can be transcribed, so that you could repurpose it for a blog or a white paper, or give to a client, or even put it in the description area of a video, so that a viewer can both see the video and have a transcribed version of that video. So you're going to scroll down to where it says right here, start from a Facebook Live. You're going to click on that, and we'll just show you how quick and easy this is. I'm not going to go through any editing or anything like that. Just show you how quick and easy it is. So I know that I'm going to use Jen and Mel book. Oops, not Mel. There. Book camp show. And yeah, I can change the title, even if later on I don't want to use that. So I'm gonna scroll down and see some of my other silly videos. And here is that video from a Facebook Live that I did. It's Melanie Johnson and Jen Foster. They're going to be talking about their book writing camp. I'm going to click and select on that. And you can see right here where it says downloading Facebook video. And then this is information related, like the URL and all that kind of stuff. It tells you that it's, minutes left for the month, blah, blah, blah. That's how much I have to download. So anyway, so I'm going to start transcription. That information is just, I don't know. I don't need it, so I just ignore it for the most part. And then it goes through submitting the transcription, which doesn't take very long. This may take longer with us today on this video that I'm creating, but that's because I'm running a program. I've got, as you can see, a whole bunch of tabs open on my Chrome there. And there you go. All right, so I just hit the little flag that's over here. You can barely see it. Hit the flag. It will then tell you whether the transcription is ready right now. And I went an additional 3 minutes. So it was about about 4.5 minutes entirely for it to transcribe an hour long Facebook Live um, to a finished in the sense that it finished transcribing, right? So you can create a new audio project. All right, so I'm gonna hit OK. Okay. Hold on. There we go. All right, and then go ahead. Now I can hit this, or I can hit the edit button. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to go ahead and hit on that. Click on that, and opening audio video draft. This is where it's going to show you the transcribed or the transcription of that video. And here we are. And as you can see, it takes screenshots. I think it usually takes a screenshot when there's a change in the scenery. So you may see a very long time here until, yeah, there wasn't much change. It stayed fairly consistent there. But you can add, right? You can add a screenshot. There's one where it went. You see how it changed from there and went back to there. So whatever, I don't know how it does it, but it recognizes the changes in the video. Now, let's say, again, for instance, if there was something right here that I decided that I liked in this particular part of the video, I can then click on this button here, and it will take a screenshot from this position if I'm running the video. All right, and it'll put a video there, a picture there. So I'm not sure right now if you can see out here on the right, it's still showing what it. One second. I may have not edited that video correctly. I forgot to zoom back out using. Oh, there it just did. All right, I'm going to go back. Yeah, that was something that was weird. Here, it's back now. Stand by. There we go. It's starting with. So I'm not sure what's going to show up there. Maybe just that. But yeah, I knew it would be like that. So I'm going to get rid of this. So you're going to have to make sure that when you're running this video off here to the right. Hello, my friends. It's Andy with the Facebook Live TV show. Wow, that was loud. All right. So you can see up here what's happening. It'll show where it is in the video in blue. All right. But if I fast forward it, say here to the middle somewhere, I'm going to pause that. So I'm going to find out where that is just for the purposes of this demonstration. So you see, you just got to play it to wherever it is. And now it's here. So since it's here now, I can use this screenshot if I wanted to and put it in the into the document. All right, so see, it takes that screenshot at that place. And wherever you put your cursor and you hit that button that I just hit, it will take that picture and move it there. So just understand, if you're, and go ahead and come back to my camera for 1 second. If you're using a PowerPoint presentation where you're changing the image, the software, designer software, recognizes that change in the picture. I don't know how it does it, and it will automatically put the change in most cases, unless it's very similar. Sometimes, when it's just words that you're changing, I've noticed sometimes it doesn't add one there, but oftentimes it does. It really just depends on how great the difference between one picture to the next is, and the system will take that picture and automatically put it in there. And then you can go ahead and delete the ones you don't want and keep the ones you do want. This is a very easy and flexible editor. All right, let's go back to my screen. So once you've done that, and you can go through, so if you're playing it, then we'll go ahead and play it here, and we'll say, see, I took out the there. So you can go along with the text, and if you want to take something out, all you do is then highlight that area, and then you hit delete and take it out if you want to. Or you can change, if it's misspelled, you can spell check it, that kind of stuff. And that is what this editor is all about, right? So you just want to make sure and understand it's just an editing part where you are going to fix the words that you don't like, delete stuff, and then fix these pictures. So if I want to take these pictures out, I would take them out. So it looks like that there's going to be these pictures are going to be too close together. So I just hit the delete button and move that one and whatnot. So let me show you just, I can get rid of this one too, because it's just a black screen. There we go. All right. And it's pretty, that picture goes along with the beginning, and then you have the change, and yeah, that's good enough for now. All right. So all you do after you get done doing as much as you want to do in this particular area, this is the area that you want to try to do much of your editing. You can then tell the program that you're done with this editing part. I'm just going to scroll all the way down the bottom here and just see what we got. Yeah. So I can actually take out these pictures too. I think I might want to leave that one image, and let's get rid of this one too. All right. All right, so now I can hit save, and it's going to be busy saving it. All right, pretty sure it did that. All right, and then now, done for now, choose. Oh, there it goes. I was waiting for that to pop up. I was going, where did it go? So it says audio draft saved successfully. All right, done for now, choose template. So now I'm going to go here, and this is where it shows you the different templates you can decide to use. Give it a second to load. There we go. And there you go. They got some, pre-made covers that are all free to use if you want to use them. And again, you can change the wording. Don't worry about what it says. So you can see where it says conversion here. Let me move it. So it says conversion there. You obviously can change that to something else. Those are all editable. And then you decide such things as you want 2-column or single column. Scrolling through really fast. I'm sorry. All right, let's just go. I don't know. Let's go to this. I don't know why. And then use. All right, I'm going to click on use, and now it's preparing my ebook. And I'm just going to show you really quickly. The extra time that it's taken for me to show you this video is just to kind of demonstrate just a couple things. So this goes very, very quickly. I gotta be honest with you. All right. So there you go. Now you'll see what it looks like. There is the cover. And again, you can see here, you can edit these and change the wording, right? You can call it, instead of new project, say, Mel and Jen show, then I would be probably the author. And then also I put Mel and Jen's name underneath there. There's that first image showing up, right? And you can change the headers and footers and blah, blah, blah. And then here are all the written words. And again, you can globally take out where it says speaker 1, or you can put the speaker's name there. It recognizes speaker 3 is probably Jen, because I think is Mel, because she spoke third. So all the speaker 3, I can change speaker 3 to Melanie, and I can change all the speaker 1 to Andy, and I can change all the speaker 2, wherever those are at. Those are somewhere. Unless it recognizes the difference between male and female voice. Yeah. So I may have to figure out which ones are Jen and which ones are Mel. Or you can take out the speaker signatures. All right. So that's how quick it is. And then again, you can change anything here too. You can move stuff around. You can delete all this where it says speaker's name. You can delete all those, and it'll do it globally. And you have a very, very powerful project. Saves you tons of time and paying somebody to transcribe it for you. And again, you decide what pictures can be in there. And here, you're not done. Say I didn't want this picture in there. Again, you just simply delete it by going here and deleting it. So, and then you hit finish project or save, and it will give you a PDF white paper that you will not mind sending out to people. So in total, it should take you maybe a total of maybe 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how long the video is, to go through and edit the words you don't want. Put in the pictures that you like and delete the ones you don't like, and by the end have a finished product. That is a lot of time saved. It is money saved, because you don't have to have anybody else do it, or you could have your assistant do this for you, and it will save you time hiring somebody to do it for you. And then again, you can take out some of the words. You can use the SRT file, which is for the closed captioning on video, or subtitle on video. And it's so flexible, and there's so many different things you can do. So hope this was helpful to give you a little demonstration on how you use Designer and why you should be using it if you're doing Facebook Lives on a regular basis, so that you can transcribe it and have other uses and repurpose those Facebook Lives in many, many different ways. All right, that's it. I'll talk to you later. Take care. Bye. All right. So that is just a small part of what Designer can do. It can do so many other things. You can take a Google document that you've spent a lot of time writing, and which is just simply a Word document. You can take and then put that into Designer, and then it will move over into one of those templates and turn it into something fantastic. And you can turn a single column into a double column or a triple column. I mean, again, there's so many things you can do with Designer that it would take an hour just to show each one of them individually. I was able to kind of get that Facebook Live in there one pretty quick because that tends to work very quickly, and it's such a time saver and it's so powerful. I don't even know what to tell you. Like I said, it even takes out the ums and some of those other things that you say repeatedly that it would take you in the old times to take so much time to take out all those things. I've got better at not saying during Facebook Lives. I still say them, but not nearly as much as I used to. So it's been a powerful tool in teaching me how to speak better. I still have a long ways to go, but it does teach you how to speak better when you start watching your Facebook Lives. Hi, Andy. Thanks for all your teachings about social media for free. You are welcome. Anytime I can help you out, just let me know. Let's do this. Let's do what? Oh, look at Eric. It's an awesome tool. It is. It is an awesome tool. If you ever need any help from support at Designer, Eric is the head dude about all that, and you may even get to see him he does Zooms every night. I'm glad that he's here watching. He does Zooms, not every night. Did I say every night? Sorry, Eric. He does Zooms every Thursday, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, where you can just go into a Zoom and then begin to ask questions. Can I do this? I've learned how to do this and it's very good, but now I want to do this. How do I do this? And he answers those questions. Or like me, I'm always forgetting certain things. And one day I was having problems with the editing process, and he goes, do you have Grammarly? Do you use Grammarly on your computer? And I said, yes. He goes, well, right now it doesn't like Grammarly. So just undo your Grammarly. And then that was all it took. It solved everything. Everything began working exactly how it's supposed to be, and everything was fine. Okay, good. Yeah. So Thursdays, every Thursday, unless of course, something happens. Something comes up in everybody's life from time to time. So, but for pretty much every Thursday, he does a Zoom where you can join for free and ask any question about Designer and maybe anything else that the company provides as far as services. Me too is a turd word. Is a turd word. Yeah. I had the speaker, one of my mentors that speaks on stage, who was teaching us, public speaking, that kind of stuff. And he says, is dumb. So stop saying And so that was actually one of the things when he said is dumb, it actually probably reduced my another 30% because he said that. That's pretty awesome. Hey, girl, who are you talking to? Oh, Val, probably. Hey, Val, nice to see you. So again, it's a powerful tool. If you're just joining and you didn't see the demonstration on Designer, something happened there on the video. I got to go make sure and fix that. It was zoomed in and it should have been zoomed out, but you didn't really lose anything as far as the information. It is a very, very simple tool, powerful tool. The time it took me to do the demonstration is greater than the time it takes for you actually to do what needs to be done. You just simply click on the button that says Facebook Live. You click on the button that says Facebook Live. You then pick the Facebook Live that you want transcribed, and then you hit submit button. I think that's what it is. Hit submit. It then transcribes for you, takes it into an editor. You then push the little tiny video that's on the right. As you play that, you can watch the words go through and then stop it anytime you want and edit. Take out an extra word. Maybe you said a word 3 or 4 times. Sometimes that happens where you're thinking and you say next, next, right? You do something like that. You take out one of those next or 2 of those next, and it's very quick and easy. You just highlight it and hit the delete button, and you are on to the next thing. Hit the play button, and you just watch it. And just make sure that the commas are in the right place, the periods in the right place. You can take out globally something. So if it says speaker 1 all the way through and you don't need that in there, you just hit on the speaker and you take it out globally, or you take out just that one. You can make the choice. And then once you're done with all that, you can take pictures of your Facebook Live and choose to have them in certain spots. If you change the scene and it went from you just speaking all by yourself to a guest suddenly showing up, then you can have that, stay or not. You can then, if you have a slide presentation that you're using, and you're going through slide 1, slide 2, slide 3, you can make sure that all those slides show up where they're supposed to. And if you have like duplicates or something like that, you just delete one of them very quickly by hitting the little trash can. And that's how quickly you go through your document Once you're done with your document in that editing phase, you hit submit to create the ebook, and you get to choose from a template, which I think there's hundreds, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know how many, if Eric, you're still watching, how many templates you have, but there's a lot. And you can edit those templates, right? The great thing about the template is you're not stuck necessarily with everything the way it is. You can move some things around and change some things. So, but I haven't yet. Almost every time I needed a template, whether it was a dog paper that I was creating, or a CBD oil paper that I was creating, or a marketing paper that I was creating, there was always a template for it. And really all I needed to do was change the words. And they've gotten better and better from the first time that I got into Designer till now. They're constantly improving the tool, constantly, and it gets better and better all the time. So it's fantastic. Mark is joining. There's somebody named Mark. Oh, nearly 300. Oh, wow. No wonder. So somebody named Mark joined. Whoever Mark is, welcome, Mark. Apparently you're on, and it showed up on her app. I want to be like you, Andy. I love how your show looks, or your lives, or whatever you want to call it. I really want to connect with you if you have time today and get some ideas. I know you meant from you, but I like to read things the way they are. Of course, I'm pretty sure I have time. Just send me a private message in Messenger, and then and let me know what it is I can help you with. I'd be more than happy to help you. But this is all about Designer right now. So it's repurposing your content so that you don't have to keep redoing it over and over again. And really, one of the powerful things, in addition to be able to creating an e-paper, an ebook, or a white paper. There you go. I put the two together. Or again, a published book, or a blog post, or a snippet of something, and you take out a certain amount of paragraphs for some type of post. It's all those uses. The other thing, it makes you a better speaker. It really does. And it really does improve upon how you begin to run your show in an order, so that you don't have to edit. The more that you can speak out a live broadcast and stay on track, the less editing you have to do. And so once you understand that idea, it really is a powerful tool for making your Facebook Lives more watchable. I can literally go back when I was first doing video in my dog training days, when I used to have a cameraman that I paid to follow me around for a couple of years, that the way that I would edit those videos, the way that I appear on video, the way I speak on video has changed immensely. And I know there's some of you saying, well, this is an improvement. Yes, it is. So never be afraid. Never be afraid of doing Facebook Lives. Never be afraid to begin broadcasting. Never be afraid to start videoing yourself, because you have to start somewhere, and you have to begin talking to a camera. You have to begin talking into a microphone so that you can learn how to do it better. There's no way around it, right? You can't wait until, I'm going to start this when I feel a little bit more comfortable. I'm going to wait until I begin to know more about what it is I'm talking about. I need to wait. You'll wait forever, because that day will never come. The only time that you begin to learn more about your craft is when you begin doing it and begin making those mistakes and feeling comfortable that, I made this mistake now, maybe I won't make it next time. Listen, I made a mistake on the editing of that video, which I went through and somehow missed, right? Or I hit a delete button and I didn't realize that something else was selected in the video when I hit the delete button, as opposed to this other thing, right? So you're going to make mistakes, and it's going to happen. And what am I supposed to do? Can I be so upset that I never do them again? I could be, right? I could be so upset that I'm never doing this again. I'm so embarrassed, which I choose not to be. Obviously, I don't get embarrassed easy, or else I would never do anything, right? When I was a kid, I was so shy that I just had difficulty even reading, a paragraph from a book when I was in second grade, when the teacher would ask me to stand up. I almost peed my pants. I would get so scared. I would shake, and I hated it. And it was really frightening, to the point that it was painful, that I would get up and start speaking to anybody, right? And so what I had to do was learn magic. As a young kid, I loved magic from the time I could read, about 8 or 9 years old, and began reading magic books and riding my bicycle to the magic store in Buena Park, California, and began to really bug the guy that owned it until he hired me. And I started working at the magic shop. And then I went from that magic shop to Knott's Berry Farm magic shop. Then I learned how to juggle. Then I learned how to do a bunch of other stuff. And the good news for me, I could be in character as a magician or a juggler, and now I can speak in front of people. But you asked me to speak in front of people as Andy. I couldn't do it. Right. But I could, my stage name, which Nabi, I don't know if he's on right now, but it was Andini. Right. So my character was Andini, and I would feel comfortable in the Andini skin to start speaking and performing magic, and began even making mistakes in magic, but not caring and kind of laughing through it. So it was a comedy skit more than anything else, a comedy show that included magic and a few jokes here and there. And sometimes flubbing up was part of the joke, or I would make it part of the joke. And so that helped me as I got older, and I stopped needing a character for me to be able to speak in front of people. And although I still get nervous, although I still get a little put off when I make mistakes and that kind of stuff time to time, but I've learned not to let it affect me or let it stop me, because it's going to happen. It's going to happen. If you watch, one of the things that I like right now is that every news, so I watch a lot of Fox News, and I don't know what everybody else is doing, but I'm guessing that many people are doing what Fox is doing, where people are broadcasting from their homes and from separate locations. And there's this delay, and you can see the struggle that these people are having that are professionals in dealing with the tech, right? Dealing with what's happening, and it's causing them to have mistakes and issues. The news looks much like brand new people streaming on live. There's a very close correlation right now between professional broadcasting and live streaming. There's delays, there's glitches, there's people freezing up in really odd looking positions, right? But you can still hear their voice. All of that is happening on TV. So just spend a couple minutes. You don't have to spend as much time as I do watching the news. I don't get turned off by the news, and it doesn't cause me any grief. Other people go, I can't watch the news. It makes me so sad, or it makes me sick to my stomach. I'm not that way. I was a cop for 21 years. There's not a lot that makes me sick to my stomach. But if you watch it, feel comfortable, because you see them having the same struggles that many of you are having right now on live streaming, with the struggles of the internet, with YouTube and Facebook having way too many people on right now, and Zoom also is having trouble with the amount of usage and amount of people being on at the same time. Get over it. Everybody's doing it. Professionals having trouble. You're going to have trouble. No big deal. All right. I'm back. Can you start again? Oh, sorry. Can you start again, please? Yeah, I'll start all over again. All right. I hope I didn't go too far, but designer, go to this URL right here. Oh, it's not going to show up because I have, there we go. Speak to publish. Go there for designer. That is an affiliate link, by the way. And so I do get credit. So I would really, really, really appreciate it if you use speaktopublish.com. I would appreciate it so much if you'd use that URL as opposed to going to designer and searching for it in Google. It's kind of the way that you pay me for doing these shows and giving you information. And that is, that's the benefit from able to do this stuff. What the pros don't know how to do is interact. People who live stream now look like the pros. Yeah. You see people that are hopping on, and I have met a lot of people in my Viseo family and my Overcome Nation family, which again is the health and wellness business with CBD and wellness products. And the difference I see with many of the people that a year ago that we're doing live shows and who do it often. There's some people that do it like once every 6 months. It's hard to get good at something and doing it every 6 months. Even doing it once every couple of weeks is not really you're not gonna see a marked difference in your show flow, in the way that you speak, in the way that you look at the camera, as opposed to constantly looking at the computer. You wanna make sure and have that connection with the camera and look at the camera, even though you know all the stuff is happening down here. That takes a little time to get used to. I look at the comments as opposed to some other people don't look at the comments, but all this gets better the more you do it. Don't listen to your friends, and you'll see them on here on occasion that say, dude, you're going live every 10 seconds and Nabia said it, and I know he's joking around, but you're the one who's pulling down the power of the internet. You're using all the bandwidth because you're on all the time, right? Those are the people that are seeing you all the time because they are connected to you. But what you're trying to reach when you're doing your streams is not only your regular audience, those people that are interested in what you're doing, which is fantastic, especially if you see them on all the time and supporting you and putting comments in, because they're kind of priming the pump for other people to comment. So you want them in there too. But really your goal is to reach people that you have not reached yet. And so if you improve if you learn how to do this better, and you have people that are joining that are now have kind of built a relationship with you, they're going to drive more of the what's the word I'm looking for? Help me out. They're going to drive more of the organic reach that Facebook will give you. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter shows you love with the more traction, the more comments, the more engagement on your broadcast they see, the more that they'll send it out to people that have never heard of you before, never seen you before, and you may grab their attention. How do you grab their attention? By not waiting to start your broadcast, by not by speaking better, right, over time, by engaging the camera more often than the screen on the computer, by monitoring the comments and actually engaging with the comments, because that also causes people to stick around and stay. If you're talking to them and communicating with them and paying attention to what it is they're doing, because now you're showing them that you care about their thoughts, about their questions, about the fact that they said hello and where they're watching from and that kind of stuff. And being able to balance that without going too heavy in the comments, but make sure that you also are supplying good content and good information. All of that stuff, that sounds like a lot to a brand new person, but you'll never do it well until you start doing it often. All right. So you got to do it often in order to really get good at that kind of stuff. So I went into a whole different area than I intended, but I hope that that's helpful. Oh, sorry. Nabi saying hi to Eric. It's always good to see you live every couple of hours. I have another show tonight, by the way. You're going to really, really like it. All right. Makes sense. Good, Ashley. I'm glad that all makes sense to you. Engagement, organic reach. Thank you. Engagement and organic reach. That's what it's all about. Engagement creates organic reach. Engagement. Speaking out, having people comment, having people like and love and hate and sadness or whatever it is that you're asking for them. Another thing that is a common thing I've been hearing lately is that somehow Facebook can hear you asking for people to comment. So what they've been saying is that minimize the times that you tell them verbally that you want them to comment, because somehow the machines can hear you and then will reduce the engagement. Not sure how all that works, but I've been hearing a lot about it. So I put up lower thirds here. Then I didn't use any of them today, but some stuff like this, and then stuff like this. You want to make sure that you use those. And right now I have engagement. People are commenting. And so I may not do that. But when I can see that there's 10, 15, 20, 30 people watching, and there's no comments, I will begin to put some of these things up as opposed to continually ask for comments. Because again, I've been hearing some of the pros say that asking for comments, and then those comments won't go towards engagement. The computer somehow discounts them because you asked for them. I don't know how it all works, but it seems to Google is listening. Yeah. Facebook, Google, they're all listening. So that's just what I've heard. So if you can reduce that down to just, hey, let me know where you're calling from. Let me know where you're watching from. If you have any questions, please let me know, as opposed to saying, please comment. You see that there's a different way of saying it so that it's not speaking directly to commenting in the comment section, where you can say, hey, if you have any questions, make sure and let me know. That way I can ask our guest, or I can address anything that you need help with, right? Those are words that are a little bit less likely, I think, to trigger the computer. And let me go ahead and put this other Speak to Publish back up. So Speak to Publish is going to lead you to Designer to allow you to repurpose your Facebook Lives and transcribe all of those words. All right. Hope that's been helpful. Thank you to Eric for joining from Designer, and Nabi, my good friend, joining as usual, and Miguel de Jesus. Hey, bro. Nice to see you. Another great guy, just so knowledgeable. What a professional, Miguel. I wonder what have you been doing, Miguel? What do you got going on? Do you want to put something, a URL? Do you have a book to sell? Do you have anything that you're doing? Let me know what you're doing. That would be awesome. Don't worry, Trump does. I would love Trump to listen. You're going to get me in trouble. Talking about something that may upset people. Do I really care? Yeah, but this show is not for that. Nabi is always going to stalk you. Yeah. Miguel, what do you got going on? I'm going to wait just a couple minutes to see what you got. Hey, JR, nice to see you. We were talking about Designer and how you can repurpose your Facebook Lives. I don't know if you just joined or not, or you've been lingering there in the background. But if you missed it, go back, because I have a demonstration video that shows you how powerful Designer is for repurposing your Facebook Lives. I'm going to wait one more second for Miguel. I just want to know what he's been doing. I miss all these people. We used to see Nabi and Miguel and who else is on here? There was somebody else, I think, on here from the old group. Not Eric. I thought I saw another name pop up here. Maybe I'm wrong. I think it was David Everett, because my business partner name is Everett O'Keefe. And so every time I see David Everett, I got to look twice to make sure to see who it is, if it's Everett O'Keefe or David Everett. But from our old marketing days in San Diego, where I learned about how important video is to entrepreneurship and video marketing, reaching people, starting your own show, repurposing your Facebook Live to write your first book, which here are just some of my books. These are only just not even half of the books that I've written and published and put out there. Some of them I have transcribed. So I'm telling you things that I've used and put together books and had them transcribed. I've just written without worrying about punctuation. And then I've had other times where I've written a bunch of stuff and sent it to an editor and said, make sense of my words. And each one works. Each one of them, you come out with a published book. Each one of those books you saw there, one of them was transcribed from me speaking the book. Another one was I spent all my time writing every word of the book and then sent it to an editor to put it in an order that made sense. Another one was I took a bunch of emails that I'd sent out to a bunch of my clients, and I took each one of those emails, which created a different chapter in my book, which is this one. This is the one that's probably made me more than a couple $1 million over the last 7 years or so than any other book. Look how thin it is, right? This book right here, some of it was transcribed, much of it was taken from emails, and that book is powerful. So taking your written words or your transcribed words and turning them into a book or an ebook or a blog being one of the most powerful SEOs of any other thing. And so using a blog, taking and transcribing your Facebook Lives and putting them into a blog is going to be a powerful use of your resources. Robin Phillips, another one from back in the San Diego marketing days. They were almost always held in San Diego. That's why I call it the San Diego thing. Not everybody that was there was from San Diego. All right. I am teaching at Cal State University in San Marcos. Nice. What are you teaching? I'm guessing it has to do with television or something like that, or marketing of some sort. Again, Miguel's it doesn't surprise me that he's teaching at a university, by the way. All right. Well, Miguel, just interested, you can probably message me or just go ahead and put it in the post. Oh, here it is. Sorry, I missed it. Here's what I am doing. Oh, very nice. All right. I get senior experience. Very cool. All right, I'm going to have to look that up and see a little bit more about what it is you're doing. All right, so that's it for me. Get Designer, start using it, and it'll change your life, because you're gonna get obsessed, and it's easy to get obsessed with it because I can transcribe this too. Wait a minute, I can do this too. Wait a minute, I'm only scratching the surface of what Designer can do. So get into Designer, begin to use it. You'll find it very powerful, and there you go. I wouldn't. Tell you something that wasn't true. So Speak to Publish, here we go, is the URL for Designer. Use that. That is an affiliate link. So please use that link if you're going to try Designer and give it a shot. All right. So that's it for me. I'm going to go ahead and land this plane. Have a great day. Tonight, before I forget, we have Kendall Renee. Kendall Renee is a singer-songwriter and artist. And she is I'm going to interview her about her life. I trained her and her peanut detection dog. If she gets anywhere in the vicinity of the odor of peanuts, or accidentally eats a peanut, it would kill her. She has a serious allergy to peanuts, and so I trained a dog to help her with that. And little did I know she was going to become a famous singer-songwriter. And we're going to be talking about that. She'll be playing some music for us tonight. That is 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the COVID-19 live TV show. You'll find it also on my personal page. But she's fantastic. She has a great story to tell. We'll probably even talk about the TV show we did together called, it was on Animal Planet. What the hell was the name of that show? Shoot, I'll remember in time for the show. As a matter of fact, I'll leave it as a cliffhanger and what happened as a result of that show. It was big. All right, that's it for me. We'll talk to you later. Take care. Bye.